All right, hold on. Let me have like 20 seconds of
You got it.
meditation, chill, calm myself for a second. I've been going nonstop. Tattooed a guy for 20 hours from Georgia. Finished one sleeve and started another one over a 2-day session.
Wow. What was that one that was like so many black gears or something? I just caught a glimpse of it on Instagram. It was some of the most epic shit I've ever seen, man.
Wait. Is that recently? Like a black and gray one?
No, it was just black. Black and looked almost like mandala or...
Yeah, that was the one I just recently finished on this really amazing, beautiful girl. It's actually on a woman. And she's modeled, stunning. And I presented a mandala sleeve.
Let's talk about that one. I want to get into it, man, because that shit blew my mind. Here we go. I'm doing it. I'm getting it back on YouTube. We're going to listen to this just for a little bit. Are you good? Did you have your 20? I didn't even give you your 20 seconds, man. Go.
All right. Miles Davis used to do a 5-minute meditation before he would perform. I always remembered that. So sometimes I try to do a little.
I like it.
All right. I'm ready.
I'm rolling into it. This is the first motherfucking show of 2014. This is the Joe Swanson Propaganda Podcast. I'm here with a guy who I recently met and am blown away by his artistic talent and the way he does shit. This is Watson Atkinson. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
How's it going? Coming from Portland, Maine, Twine Street.
Yeah, that's it, man. I appreciate you coming on. And just like normal shit, it's par for the course. I think something's going to go weird and backwards. Not only is this being recorded late in the night when I thought I was going to be recording early in today, but I also forgot to shout out to Kingpin Tattoo Supply, which the podcast, again, in 2014 is brought to you by Kingpin Tattoo Supply. They've been with me through the last, most of the 40 shows I've recorded, and are still with me. You can check them out on Instagram, Kingpin Tattoo Supply, on Twitter at Kingpin Supply, and all over, man. KingpinTattooSupply.com. Good shit, good company, and I'm glad they're still backing this podcast. So I appreciate that.
I've been buying from them for 15 years.
You know what, man? They stand by what they say. You know, they stand by what they say, too, as far as, selling to professionals and shit like that. Because I have DVDs that I sell through them. And there was a kid that hit me up that was an international client of theirs and tried to buy my DVDs, and he wasn't a tattooer. And these are just DVDs on painting and drawing.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't sell to him. Now, they got it sorted out, and they did end up selling to him the DVDs because they're just art DVDs, but they weren't going to sell to him. They weren't going to sell any tattoo-related shit to him, for sure. So
I just bought one of those weird digital power boxes. I've never liked those things. They look too, modern, and it's the best power box I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Kingpin's great. Viva Kingpin.
Absolutely, man. So what have you been up to, dude? You've been... when I last saw you, it was in Colorado. That's where I first met you. Met you through Russ Abbott, who I had on the podcast before as well. Great guy. And we walked through some crazy blue tunnel together.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
I still have that picture in there. I'll post it. I'll post it on the blog.
That was a neat little moment. I remember that. I didn't realize that was with you. I just remembered. I don't really remember who that was. Yeah, that was right. You and Russ.
Yep. We walked through this tunnel. We got the picture. I'll post it with this. I'll be releasing all these episodes soon on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, just like before. Everything's kind of in transition right now. I switched my hosting, and but I'm also going to be posting everything on my blog, which is blog.therealjoeswanson.com. You can check it out on my website, link through iTunes, or link through Instagram and all that. But I'll post that picture up for sure, man, because that was cool. Yeah. Like, it was this long, weird, like, tunnel made out of what was that? You were trying to think of it then, and
it was just an old drainage pipe.
Drainage ditch, like,
yeah, real generic drainage pipe. And I think probably when they built the place, that was, who knows, initially that may have just been I don't know, but it looked like an old vintage drainage pipe. And,
yeah, it was.
But the whole structure was maybe built in the 80s, 70s or 80s, and the decor and the painting was really dated, like kind of hippie 80s era of this weird, like, you know, foliage type stuff, but it had this kind of slightly dated feel. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Surreal.
Went over and had a nice conversation about cell phones and crazy shit. And you know what's weird, man?
Big brother phones, I think I was calling them, and I just went off on some, you know, some tirade about, you know, all that. Go ahead. What's weird?
No, a tirade about cell phones, and it was good, and I enjoyed it. And I have been cell phone free since the beginning of 2014. Get that?
Yes.
Now, I don't like it, man. Fuck that.
It's such a hard thing to do.
It is. It's weird. Like, my shit got in a fight with the floor one too many times, and it's done. It was done. I'm not in the position. I don't want to, like, Sprint's trying to make me pay too much money for a phone, and so I'm just waiting it out, you know. And I got a line on a phone right now, but it's been interesting to try to conduct business when you've been doing one thing for so long, and to all of a sudden be at a spot where it's shut off, and all you have is the shop that I work at is a walk-in shop. It's a great shop, Hard Luck Tattoo in Lodi, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi. We don't have Wi-Fi there. We trace shit out. You know, it's like an old school shop. And so I have Wi-Fi when I'm at home, and that's it at this point without my phone. And even trying to set this stuff up, you know, Gabe Ripley, who helped me set this up, he tracked down the phone number to the shop because it's not really connected with too much of my stuff, and called me up and hooked it up. So it's been weird operating without a cell phone, man. It's a weird day and age we live in.
Well, I think it's one of those things in this modern era where you have to, they have their advantages and they have their disadvantages. I think you get to a point where you just have to somehow meet in the middle and have a balance between still having one but not always have it connected to the hip, or not have it like a fifth appendage, or not have it where you're sleeping with it at night like a teddy bear, or it's just with you at all times. So I have one, but I don't have a smartphone. I just have a simple one that I can make phone calls and text, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
and you can pull the battery out.
Like all technology, it's, you know, it has its advantages and its disadvantages. I don't like how they're radiating little, you know, microwave radiation devices, and they potentially could be giving us cancer, you know, and who knows what. I mean, there's so many good and bad things about it. But I sometimes I don't know. I think
one of the good things I do like about it, and it's been, I would consider myself somewhat addicted to the internet. I like that shit. I like to be connected. I dig Instagram. I dig Twitter. I dig Facebook. And it's fun to me to do that shit. And so to not, you know, when I don't have it, it's, and that's how I operate business too. You know, it's how I hit people up. It's how if I go in on a blank day, it's how I'm connecting with people to have them come in and maybe get tattooed by me. So I like it as not only a creative outlet, but I like it as an outlet to be able to operate business in maybe a little bit more of an efficient manner. And again, I think there's a nice balance. You were asking initially what I've been up to, and I think as a job, you know, just to interrupt you, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, man. I love it.
I really think I've been hiding out for like a decade. I've been out of the scene. I've been hiding in the shadows. I've been keeping to myself. I have not been online. I've maintained a website from a distance. I've maintained an email from a distance. I'm notoriously hard to get a hold of, but I still keep busy. I'm constantly flooded with work and with cool people and cool clients. I haven't slowed down in the creative process at all. On the contrary, I think because I haven't been distracted with, being on the road and the red carpet treatment and being in the limelight and being paraded around, in more of like a high profile position, I've been able to just focus on my craft and work. And, if you say you're addicted to the internet or addicted to social networking, I'm probably addicted to the creative process. I'm literally addicted. I like mainline tattoo. I love to tattoo. I love to make art. I love to read. I love to listen to music. I just love the whole like bohemian lifestyle of like the liberal arts, like literature, writing, reading, and all that stuff. But to bring it back into this context, it's been a huge deal for me to finally update my website, have a guy who's helping me keep up with all my emails, actually get an Instagram page, even learn the new vocabulary and the new dialogue. And now, thanks to that, I've connected to Gabe and to Off the Map. I've gone out of my way to go to the Colorado convention, in part because I'm trying to like come out of hiding, so to speak. And now here we are talking on the internet, doing this weird podcast, postmodern exchange of talking through cyberspace and the internet and all this stuff. And so this is a huge shift for me to be talking to you right now using the modern technology in a way that's connecting us. I mean, it's really pretty trippy. Like, I'm sitting here looking at you on the screen, and it feels like I'm just imagining that we're like hanging out together talking. In a way, we are. The only thing
for sure
is distance, but we're still engaging right now. And you're on the other side of the country. You're on the West Coast of the United States. I'm on the East Coast. You're in Southern California. I'm in northern part of New England. And here we are carrying on in real time having this conversation. That is magic. That's profoundly like magical. That's like that's what's so amazing about technology is that in the right context, it can be so beautiful and so empowering and so connecting.
Right.
And I think my apprehension over the years is I think I've focused in a lot on the darker side of technology,
right.
The Big Brother side and the NSA side, and maybe the political side of it being kind of an oppressive element, or people getting addicted to it and they get too much into like, social networking and being online that they don't even use the internet for research and study, or they're so hooked to like the internet and watching TV and keeping up on all the latest cool series shows from The Walking Dead to Game of Thrones and all that stuff, that they lose their identity, and then the consumption culture ends up becoming their identity, and they don't even know how to make art anymore or how to be a poet or whatever it is that they may have wanted to be someday. This new modern era gives them their identity by consuming and interacting with this technology. So to me, this is a big moment to be sitting here having this like this cyber dialogue, and it's enjoyable.
Well, I think it is. I think it is too, and I think it isn't, like you said, a big moment. I think that this is the way that the future is going to go, with people being able to communicate and interact and just expand with the ability to connect and reach out. Because not only are we in two different places in our country, but how many people in other countries are going to listen to this? Probably quite a few. Listeners all over the world, because it's the internet and they have access to it. And look at what Gabe and those guys are doing with Guy and his Hypercast, and they're streaming. So somebody